Have you ever felt like someone's words or actions were piercing right through you, leaving a mark that lingers far too long? Imagine being in a crowded room where a person's negative energy feels almost tangible, weighing you down and making you question your own peace. What if I told you that no one has the power to truly hurt you, unless you allow them to? Would you believe it? Picture this. You're having a perfectly fine day when a colleague makes a cutting remark. You feel the sting, and suddenly, your mood is soured, and your peace is disrupted. But here's the real question. Why let someone's negativity take away your inner calm? What if you had a way to stay unaffected by such provocations? What if the secret to protecting your inner peace lay in how you perceive and respond to others? Welcome to Wisdom Woven, where today, we dive into an empowering perspective rooted in Buddhism. We'll explore how you can take control of your emotional state and maintain your inner tranquility, no matter what's happening around you. If you're tired of being swayed by others' negativity and want to learn how to stay centered, you're in the right place. There are so many views on this channel, but only 0.2% subscribe. So please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. By subscribing, you're not only supporting us, but also making sure you don't miss out on future insights that could transform your life. In this video, we'll uncover how Buddhism teaches us that no one can truly hurt us except by our own allowance. We'll discuss how your inner strength can act as a shield against external disturbances and how cultivating this strength can bring lasting peace. We'll dive into the essence of why holding on to negative reactions only harms ourselves and how letting go can lead to profound emotional freedom. Through simple yet profound practices, you'll learn how to manage your responses and maintain your inner balance, no matter how turbulent the world around you might be. This journey will help you understand that your peace is within your control, and by changing your perspective, you can reclaim and preserve it against all odds. Stay with us as we unravel these powerful teachings and practical steps. Remember, the journey to guarding your inner peace starts with understanding and applying these insights to your daily life. Are you ready to transform your emotional experience and reclaim your serenity? Let's get started on this enlightening path to discovering the power within you. Understanding the self, the key to emotional resilience. In the midst of life's chaos, have you ever paused and wondered, who am I really? We often get caught up in the whirlwind of daily activities and lose touch with our true selves. Yet, understanding who we are at our core is crucial for emotional resilience. It's like having a strong anchor in the stormy sea of life. Without it, we're easily tossed and turned. Imagine you're a tree standing tall in a storm. The winds may bend and shake your branches, but your roots remain firmly planted in the ground. This is how understanding your true self works. The storms of life, criticism, disappointment, and conflict might shake you, but if you know who you are, you remain unshaken. Your roots, grounded in self-awareness, keep you stable and resilient. So, how do you find this core self, and why is it so important? In Buddhism, there's a fundamental belief that our true self is not the same as our fleeting emotions or changing thoughts. Our true self is something deeper, a constant presence that remains unaffected by external events. By connecting with this true self, we can navigate life's ups and downs with a sense of inner stability and peace. To understand this better, consider this analogy. Think of a lake. When the water is still, it reflects everything clearly. But when the water is turbulent, the reflections are distorted. Your true self is like the still water. When you're in touch with it, you see life clearly, without the distortions of negative emotions or outside influences. Finding your true self involves a process of self-inquiry and reflection. It's about asking yourself fundamental questions like, what is it that makes me feel fulfilled? Or, what values do I hold dear? It's a journey of looking beyond surface-level identities and roles, such as being a parent, a worker, or a friend, and connecting with something more profound. Buddhism teaches us that our true self is like a clear mirror. When it's not clouded by negative emotions or misconceptions, it reflects our true nature. This clarity allows us to see things as they are and respond with wisdom rather than being driven by fleeting feelings. By understanding and embracing our true self, we can remain centered even when faced with life's challenges. As you embark on this journey of self-discovery, Remember that it's not about achieving perfection or eliminating all negative experiences. Instead, it's about building a strong foundation within yourself that can withstand the tests of time. This inner strength enables you to face difficulties with equanimity and resilience. To begin this journey, you might start with practices such as meditation, journaling, or mindful reflection. These practices help you tune into your inner self and understand your reactions and feelings better. They offer a space to explore who you are beyond the noise and distractions of daily life. As you continue this exploration, you'll find that knowing yourself deeply makes you less susceptible to being shaken by external forces. You'll develop a greater sense of self-awareness and emotional strength, which will serve as your anchor in turbulent times. Understanding the self is not a one-time achievement, but a continuous journey. It's about regularly reconnecting with your core, reflecting on your experiences, and growing in self-awareness. This ongoing process will help you maintain emotional resilience and navigate life with a sense of inner peace and stability. So, take the time to explore and understand your true self. It's an invaluable journey that will empower you to handle life's challenges with grace and strength. By anchoring yourself in this deeper understanding, you create a foundation of resilience that will support you through all of life's ups and downs. The illusion of harm. What Buddhism teaches us. Let me share a simple truth with you. The pain we feel from others is often an illusion. Imagine a pebble thrown into a pond. It creates ripples that spread far and wide. But what if the pebble was never there, and the ripples were just a trick of the mind? This is how harm often works. We think it touches us deeply, but in reality, it's our own mind that keeps the ripples going. In Buddhism, there's a teaching that no one can truly harm us unless we allow them to. Picture this. A monk sitting calmly by a river. The river flows, the rocks are there, but the monk remains undisturbed by the current. The rocks can create waves, but the monk's peace is never disrupted. This is a lesson in how we can maintain our inner calm, regardless of what's happening around us. Think of a time when someone upset you. Their words or actions felt like they cut right through you. But did they really touch something inside you? Or did they just stir up what was already there? Buddhism teaches that our reactions to others are often more about our own minds than about the people themselves. The harm we feel is often a reflection of our own inner turmoil. Here's an analogy. Imagine you're holding a hot coal. The pain you feel is not because the coal is hot, but because you're holding it. If you let go, the pain stops. Similarly, if you hold on to anger or hurt from others, the pain continues. But if you let go of these negative feelings, you free yourself from the suffering they cause. Buddhism encourages us to release our grip on these harmful thoughts and emotions. By recognizing that others' actions are not the true source of our pain, we can start to shift our focus inward. The real challenge is not how to change others, but how to manage our own responses. When we understand that our inner peace is not dependent on external circumstances, we can start to build a more resilient mind. Imagine a house built on a shaky foundation. It's bound to wobble at the slightest disturbance. But if the foundation is strong, the house stands firm despite the winds. Your inner peace is like this foundation. If it's solid, no matter how much negativity or harm you encounter, your peace will remain intact. Buddhism also teaches that by changing how we view harm, we can change how we experience it. For instance, if you see a challenge as an opportunity to grow rather than as a threat, your experience of it will be different. This shift in perspective can transform how you react to others and to difficult situations. The key is mindfulness. By paying attention to our thoughts and feelings without judgment, we can start to see through the illusion of harm. When we observe our reactions and understand that they are temporary and changeable, we gain control over how much they affect us. Mindfulness helps us to stay grounded and less affected by external disturbances. As you practice mindfulness and reflection, you will find that the power to protect your peace lies within you. By understanding that harm is often an illusion and by changing how you respond, you can maintain your inner tranquility no matter what happens around you. This is the essence of Buddhist teaching on harm and peace. By incorporating these insights into your daily life, you will discover that you have the power to remain serene and composed, regardless of the challenges you face. The true freedom comes from within, and by learning to navigate through the illusions of harm, you can create a more peaceful and balanced life. Recognizing your true nature, a path to inner strength. Imagine you're holding a mirror and looking at your reflection. You see your face, your expressions, and perhaps even the emotions you're feeling at the moment. But what if I told you that what you see in the mirror is not the whole story? What if there is a deeper, more profound part of you that is not immediately visible? This deeper part is your true nature, and understanding it can lead you to a path of incredible inner strength. In Buddhism, there is a concept known as true self. It's not the persona you show to the world, nor the collection of roles you play, whether as a friend, parent, or professional. Your true self is the essence of who you are beyond these external layers. It's the calm and unshakable core that remains steady regardless of what happens around you. Recognizing and connecting with this true self can bring profound inner strength and peace. Often, we get entangled in the roles we play and the expectations placed upon us. For instance, think about a time when someone criticized your work. It might have stung, and you might have felt hurt or defensive. But if you understand your true nature, you can see that these criticisms touch only the surface, not your core. Your true self remains untouched by such external judgments. It's like an ocean that remains serene despite the waves on its surface. When you recognize your true nature, you begin to see that external events and people's opinions cannot truly affect your inner peace. You start to understand that their actions are reflections of their own state of mind, not a reflection of your worth or your core essence. This realization is liberating. It allows you to remain grounded and unshaken even when faced with negativity or challenges. One way to connect with your true self is through mindfulness and self-reflection. When you meditate, you are not just quieting your mind. You are also peeling away the layers of your ego and superficial identity. With each moment of stillness, you come closer to understanding who you truly are. It's like digging through layers of earth to find a precious gem buried deep below. The more you practice mindfulness, the clearer this true self becomes. Another aspect to consider is non-attachment. In Buddhism, non-attachment doesn't mean not caring about things. It means not being overly dependent on them for your happiness or self-worth. When you're attached to external validations or material possessions, you are constantly on a roller coaster of highs and lows. By letting go of this attachment, you align yourself with your true nature, which remains constant and unperturbed. Recognizing your true nature also means understanding that you are not defined by your past mistakes or future anxieties. Many of us carry the weight of past regrets or fears about what's to come. However, your true self exists beyond these temporal concerns. It is always present, always calm, and always ready to embrace the present moment with clarity and peace. Embracing this understanding doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual process of shifting your focus from the surface level of daily life to the deeper, more enduring aspects of your being. Through consistent practice and self-awareness, you start to live more authentically, guided by the strength of your true self rather than the fleeting opinions of others. So, how do you start this journey? Begin by setting aside time each day for introspection. Engage in practices that help you connect with your inner self, such as meditation, journaling, or simply spending quiet time in nature. As you do this, you will start to notice a shift in how you perceive and react to external events. You will find that you are less affected by the ups and downs of daily life and more anchored in a steady, inner strength. Recognizing your true nature is a powerful practice. It helps you build resilience against life's challenges and cultivates a deep sense of inner peace. By understanding that your core self is beyond the reach of external disturbances, you empower yourself to navigate life with grace and calmness. Remember, the journey to discovering your true nature is ongoing. Be patient with yourself and continue exploring this inner realm with an open heart. As you deepen your understanding, you'll find that you have a source of strength within you that is both unshakable and ever-present, guiding you through the complexities of life with a sense of unwavering peace. The role of mindfulness in emotional protection. Imagine you're walking through a bustling market, surrounded by the noise and chaos of vendors shouting, people haggling, and the general buzz of activity. In the midst of this whirlwind, you find yourself feeling calm and composed. How is that possible? It's not about the market becoming quieter. It's about your own response to the noise. This is the essence of mindfulness. how we manage our reactions amidst the external chaos. Mindfulness is like a pair of glasses that helps you see things clearly, without the distortion of your emotions. When you are mindful, you observe your thoughts and feelings without getting swept away by them. Think of it as standing by a river, watching the water flow by, rather than jumping in and getting carried away. By practicing mindfulness, you learn to observe your emotional responses to situations without becoming entangled in them. When something happens that might upset you, like a disagreement with a friend or criticism from a colleague, mindfulness allows you to step back and see the situation for what it really is. Instead of reacting impulsively, you take a moment to breathe and reflect. This pause helps you respond with greater clarity and less emotional upheaval. In Buddhism, mindfulness is taught as a way to develop awareness of the present moment. It's about being fully engaged with your current experience, rather than being lost in thoughts about the past or future. This practice helps you recognize when you're becoming overwhelmed by negative emotions, giving you the chance to recalibrate and respond more calmly. For instance, let's say someone cuts you off in traffic, and your immediate reaction is frustration. With mindfulness, you might notice that frustration arising in your mind. Instead of letting it take over, you acknowledge it and let it pass, like watching clouds drift across the sky. This doesn't mean you ignore the feeling, but rather observe it without letting it control your actions. Mindfulness also helps in protecting your emotional well-being by preventing you from becoming entangled in negativity. When you practice being present and aware, you're less likely to hold on to grievances or let small annoyances build up. It's as if you're wearing an emotional shield that helps you stay centered and calm, no matter what's happening around you. Another way mindfulness supports emotional protection is by enhancing your self-awareness. When you're aware of your own emotional triggers, you can anticipate and manage them more effectively. For example, if you know that certain types of criticism bother you more than others, mindfulness helps you understand why and how to address it without letting it affect your peace of mind. In daily life, practicing mindfulness can be as simple as taking a few deep breaths when you're feeling stressed or pausing to observe your thoughts before reacting to a situation. It's about creating a space between stimulus and response, where you have the power to choose how you react rather than being driven by automatic reactions. The benefits of mindfulness are profound. It doesn't just protect you from immediate emotional disturbances, but also builds long-term resilience. By regularly practicing mindfulness, you cultivate a sense of inner peace that remains steady even in challenging situations. It's like training your mind to remain calm and focused, no matter how stormy the seas of life might become. In Buddhism, mindfulness is not just a practice but a way of life. It's about integrating this awareness into every aspect of your existence, so you're continuously grounded in the present moment. This continuous practice helps you maintain emotional balance and respond to life's challenges with a sense of equanimity. As you incorporate mindfulness into your life, you'll find that it becomes easier to manage stress, maintain healthy relationships, and navigate through difficult emotions. It's a powerful tool that empowers you to take control of your emotional state and find peace amidst the noise of everyday life. By focusing on mindfulness, you are essentially training your mind to be more resilient and less reactive. This practice not only enhances your ability to deal with negative emotions, but also enriches your overall experience of life, helping you stay centered and at peace. Embrace mindfulness as a way to protect your inner tranquility. The more you practice, the more natural it will become to stay calm and composed, no matter what happens around you. It's like learning to dance gracefully amidst a storm. No matter how fierce the winds of life may blow, your inner peace remains steady and unshaken. Techniques for mindfulness and awareness. In the hustle and bustle of our daily lives, it's easy to get caught up in a whirlwind of thoughts and emotions. Imagine trying to meditate while being constantly interrupted by loud noises or stressful thoughts. It can feel nearly impossible to find a moment of peace. But what if there was a way to center yourself amidst this chaos? What if, no matter how busy or noisy life gets, you could still find a calm and focused state of mind? To start with, let's consider a simple but powerful technique: mindful breathing. Picture this. You're sitting at your desk, feeling overwhelmed by a mountain of work. Instead of letting stress take over, pause for a moment. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in through your nose, hold it for a few seconds, and then slowly exhale through your mouth. As you breathe, Focus all your attention on the sensation of the air entering and leaving your body. This small act of mindful breathing can help ground you and bring your focus back to the present moment. Another technique is to practice being present in whatever you're doing. Whether you're eating, walking, or even washing dishes, try to be fully engaged in the activity. Notice the taste of your food, the feeling of your feet touching the ground, or the sensation of warm water on your hands. By paying attention to these simple experiences, you're not only making mundane tasks more enjoyable, but also cultivating a deeper sense of mindfulness. Let's explore a practice known as body-scan meditation. Find a quiet, comfortable place to sit or lie down. Close your eyes and start by focusing on your toes. Slowly move your attention up through your body, part by part, all the way to the top of your head. As you do this, notice any areas of tension or discomfort without trying to change them. This technique helps you become more aware of your body and its sensations, allowing you to release tension and cultivate a sense of relaxation. Incorporating mindfulness into your daily routine can be as simple as setting aside a few minutes each day for a mindful check-in. This could be in the morning before starting your day, during a break, or before going to bed. During this time, take a moment to pause and observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment. This practice helps you become more aware of your inner state and better equipped to handle stress and emotions. Another effective method is to use mindfulness apps or guided meditations. These tools can offer structured practices and guidance, making it easier to stay focused and consistent in your mindfulness journey. Look for apps that provide short, daily practices that fit into your schedule, helping you build a regular mindfulness habit. Mindfulness also extends to how we interact with others. Practice active listening by fully concentrating on what the other person is saying, without planning your response or getting distracted by your own thoughts. This not only improves your communication, but also helps you remain present in your interactions, fostering deeper and more meaningful connections. Don't forget the power of mindful movement. Activities like yoga or tai chi are not just physical exercises, but also forms of mindfulness practice. As you move through different poses or movements, focus on your breath and the sensations in your body. This integration of movement and mindfulness can enhance your physical and mental well-being. Finally, remember that mindfulness is not about achieving a perfect state of calm, but rather about being present with whatever is happening in your life. It's about acknowledging your thoughts and feelings without letting them control you. By practicing mindfulness regularly, you'll develop a greater awareness of yourself and your surroundings, leading to a more balanced and peaceful life. In essence, mindfulness and awareness are tools that help you navigate life's challenges with greater ease. By incorporating these techniques into your daily routine, you can create a space of calm amidst the noise and chaos, enhancing your overall well-being and emotional resilience. Embrace these practices, and you'll find that even in the most hectic moments, you can maintain a sense of peace and clarity. Embracing non-attachment, freedom from emotional pain. Imagine you're holding a rope tightly in your hands. Now, someone comes along and starts pulling on the other end. The harder they pull, the tighter you grip, and the more it hurts. But what if you just let go? What if the pain you're feeling isn't because someone else is pulling, but because you're holding on so tightly? In life, we often cling to things: our desires, our fears, our anger, our hopes, and these attachments can become the source of our deepest pain. We believe that if we just hold on a little longer, if we just try a little harder, we can control the outcome, avoid the hurt, or get what we want. But Buddhism teaches us that true freedom, true peace, comes not from holding on, but from letting go. Non-attachment is not about abandoning the world or giving up on the things we care about. It's about understanding that everything in life is temporary and that our peace doesn't have to depend on the things we cannot control. When we cling to outcomes, to relationships, to our own ideas of how things should be, we set ourselves up for suffering. We become trapped in a cycle of wanting and fearing, a cycle that keeps us from experiencing the peace and freedom that are always available to us. Let's say you've worked really hard on a project at work. You've put in the hours, you've given it your all, and now it's time to present it to your boss. You're anxious because you want them to be impressed, to acknowledge your efforts. But what if they don't? What if they criticize it or, worse, dismiss it altogether? If you're attached to the outcome, if your peace depends on their reaction, then their response has the power to bring you joy or despair. But if you've practiced non-attachment, you can present your work with confidence and let go of the need for a particular outcome. You can do your best and remain at peace, regardless of what happens next. Non-attachment doesn't mean you stop caring or trying. It means you do what you can, but you don't let your peace of mind depend on things you can't control. This doesn't just apply to work, but to every aspect of life. Think about your relationships. How often do we place our happiness in the hands of others? We expect them to behave a certain way, to fulfill our needs, to love us in a way that makes us feel secure. But when they don't, when they can't, we feel hurt, disappointed, even betrayed. Non-attachment allows us to love others without clinging to them. It allows us to appreciate our relationships for what they are, without needing them to be something they're not. One of the most powerful teachings in Buddhism is the understanding that everything is impermanent. Our emotions, our relationships, our successes, and our failures, they all come and go. When we embrace this truth, we can start to let go of our attachments. We can begin to see that clinging to anything, whether it's a person, a feeling, or a material object, only leads to suffering. Imagine you're walking along a path, and you find a beautiful flower. You admire it, appreciate its beauty, but you don't pick it. You don't take it home and try to keep it forever. Instead, you leave it where it is, knowing that it will wither and die, but that its beauty will stay with you as a memory. This is non-attachment. It's about enjoying the beauty of life, the people we love, the experiences we have, without trying to hold on to them forever. Now, this doesn't mean we shouldn't care about anything. It doesn't mean we should live detached and indifferent lives. On the contrary, non-attachment allows us to engage with life more fully, to love more deeply, because we're not afraid of losing what we have. When we let go of our need to control, we can embrace the present moment with all its uncertainties. We can live with an open heart, knowing that whatever comes, we will be okay. Consider the example of a parent raising a child. The natural inclination is to protect, to guide, and to hope for the best future for the child. But as the child grows, the parent must practice non-attachment. They must let go of their expectations, their fears, and their desires for the child to follow a certain path. The more they cling to how they think their child should be, the more they suffer when reality doesn't match their expectations. But when they practice non-attachment, they can support their child with love and understanding, without letting their peace be disturbed by the child's choices or the unpredictability of life. In our personal growth, non-attachment is a key to inner freedom. It helps us to let go of the labels we place on ourselves, the stories we tell about who we are and who we should be. When we're attached to a certain identity, we feel threatened when anything challenges it. But when we practice non-attachment, we can flow with life's changes, adapt to new circumstances, and grow in ways we never thought possible. We can be at peace with ourselves, even as we evolve and change. This practice of non-attachment is not easy. It requires mindfulness, patience, and a willingness to look at our own attachments and ask ourselves why we hold on to them so tightly. It requires us to trust that letting go doesn't mean losing something, but gaining a deeper sense of peace and freedom. It's a gradual process, but each small step towards non-attachment brings us closer to a life of true peace. You might wonder, how do I start practicing non-attachment in my daily life? Begin by observing where you feel the most attachment. Is it in your relationships, your work, your ideas about yourself? Notice how these attachments make you feel. Do they bring you peace, or do they cause anxiety and stress? Once you've identified where you're most attached, start practicing letting go in small ways. For example, if you're attached to a certain outcome at work, remind yourself that you can only control your effort, not the result. If you're attached to how someone else behaves, practice accepting them as they are, without trying to change them. As you continue to practice, you'll notice that the more you let go, the more peace you find. You'll begin to experience life with a sense of ease, knowing that you don't need to control everything to be happy. You'll start to see that true freedom comes not from holding on, but from letting go. And with that freedom comes a deep, abiding peace that no one and nothing can take away from you. Remember, non-attachment is not about rejecting the world. It's about embracing it fully, without clinging. It's about living in the present moment, accepting life as it is, and finding peace within yourself, no matter what happens around you. By practicing non-attachment, you open the door to a life of true emotional freedom, where you are no longer bound by the ups and downs of external circumstances. As we continue on this journey, remember that each step you take towards non-attachment is a step towards greater peace and freedom. It's a journey worth taking, and it's one that will transform the way you experience the world. Let go of the rope and see how much lighter, how much freer you feel. The peace you seek is within you. It always has been. And by embracing non-attachment, you can finally access it, no matter what life throws your way. The art of detachment, navigating life's challenges with ease. Imagine for a moment that your mind is like a calm lake, reflecting the sky's serene blue. Now, picture a pebble thrown into that lake. The ripples spread out, disrupting the stillness. But what if I told you that you could throw those pebbles and still keep the lake calm? This is the essence of detachment, staying serene despite life's disturbances. Detachment isn't about pushing away feelings or pretending they don't exist. It's about recognizing that your happiness and peace are not dependent on external events or people. Instead, it's about understanding that your reactions are what disturb your inner calm, not the events themselves. In Buddhism, detachment is a powerful practice. It teaches us that clinging to outcomes or people only leads to suffering. When you attach your well-being to how others behave or to specific outcomes, you give away your power. Imagine being in a boat floating on a river. If you cling to the shore, you'll be stuck in one place. But if you let go and float with the current, you move freely and effortlessly. Detachment is like that. It allows you to navigate through life's challenges without being stuck or overwhelmed. When you practice detachment, you learn to respond to life's ups and downs with equanimity. It's not about ignoring problems, but about facing them with a calm and clear mind. Think of a tree in a storm. Its branches might sway and bend, but its roots remain firmly planted. In the same way, detachment helps you stay grounded and steady, even when life is turbulent. One simple way to practice detachment is to observe your reactions. When something doesn't go as planned, take a moment to notice how you're feeling. Are you reacting with frustration or anxiety? Recognize these feelings without judgment and remind yourself that your inner peace doesn't depend on external events. By doing this, you start to break the habit of letting outside influences dictate your emotional state. Another aspect of detachment is letting go of past grievances. Holding on to grudges is like carrying a heavy burden. It weighs you down and clouds your mind. By practicing forgiveness and releasing these burdens, you lighten your load and create space for peace and joy. This doesn't mean forgetting what happened, but choosing not to let it control your current state of mind. In daily life, detachment can be practiced through mindfulness. Pay attention to your thoughts and feelings without becoming entangled in them. If you find yourself getting caught up in worry or anger, gently bring your focus back to the present moment. This practice helps you develop a clearer perspective and reduces the impact of external disturbances. Remember, detachment doesn't mean becoming indifferent or emotionally numb. It means engaging with life fully while maintaining an inner sense of peace and balance. It's about understanding that while you can't control everything around you, you can control how you respond to it. As you cultivate detachment, you'll find that life's challenges become less overwhelming. You'll be able to handle difficulties with greater ease and maintain a sense of inner calm no matter what happens. This approach allows you to navigate through life's ups and downs with grace and resilience, much like the tree standing strong through the storm. So, the next time you find yourself struggling with a difficult situation, remember the art of detachment. Observe your feelings, release your grip on outcomes, and focus on maintaining your inner peace. With practice, you'll discover that you have the power to stay centered and composed, no matter what the external circumstances may be. Developing compassion, building inner armor against negativity. In our journey through life, we often encounter negativity from others. It might come from a harsh comment, an unfair judgment, or just someone having a bad day. But how we handle this negativity is entirely up to us. Developing compassion, both for ourselves and for others, is like creating a protective shield that helps us remain steady and calm amidst the storm. Imagine walking through a dense forest. The trees around you might seem dark and intimidating, but with the right mindset, you can find your way through without feeling overwhelmed. Compassion is like a light that guides you, making the path clearer and helping you navigate the rough patches with ease. When someone directs negativity toward you, it's often a reflection of their own struggles. Instead of taking their words or actions personally, consider their situation. Maybe they're dealing with stress, personal issues, or feelings of inadequacy. Understanding this can help you approach them with empathy rather than anger. To develop this compassion, start by focusing on your own emotional reactions. When faced with negativity, take a moment to pause and breathe deeply. Reflect on why you're feeling upset and remind yourself that their negativity does not define your worth. By doing this, you create a space between their actions and your reactions, allowing you to respond with greater clarity and calmness. Practicing self-compassion is also crucial. We all make mistakes and face challenges, and it's important to be kind to ourselves during these times. Treat yourself with the same understanding and patience you would offer a friend. By fostering a compassionate attitude toward yourself, you build a foundation of resilience that helps you handle external negativity more effectively. Engage in mindfulness practices that cultivate compassion. Meditation focused on loving kindness, for instance, can be a powerful tool. Sit quietly, breathe deeply, and visualize sending positive thoughts to yourself and others. Imagine the warmth of these thoughts surrounding you and those around you, creating a protective barrier against negativity. Another effective practice is to actively engage in acts of kindness. Helping others, offering a smile, or simply listening with empathy can strengthen your sense of compassion. These actions not only benefit those around you, but also reinforce your own emotional resilience. The more you practice kindness, the more natural it becomes to approach negative situations with a compassionate mindset. Remember that compassion is not just about how you react to others, but also about how you handle your own emotions. When you encounter negativity, allow yourself to feel your emotions without judgment. Acknowledge them, but don't let them control you. By addressing your feelings with compassion, you create a space for healing and growth. Over time, as you develop and nurture compassion, it becomes easier to remain unaffected by the negativity of others. Your compassionate mindset acts as a buffer, reducing the impact of their words or actions on your inner peace. You start to see negativity not as a personal attack, but as a reflection of the other person's struggles and limitations. Building this inner armor takes practice and patience, but the rewards are profound. With a compassionate heart, you become less vulnerable to the slings and arrows of others' negativity. Instead of reacting with anger or hurt, you respond with understanding and calmness, maintaining your inner balance and peace. As you continue to grow in compassion, you'll notice a shift in how you interact with the world. Negative encounters become less distressing, and you find yourself responding with greater empathy and resilience. Your inner armor, forged through compassion, becomes a source of strength and stability in the face of adversity. In summary, developing compassion is a powerful way to protect yourself from the negative energy of others. By approaching others with empathy, practicing self-compassion, and engaging in mindful acts of kindness, you build a resilient shield that helps you remain steady and calm. Embrace this practice, and let compassion be your guide as you navigate life's challenges with grace and strength. The art of detachment, navigating life's challenges with ease. In the midst of our busy lives, we often find ourselves tangled in the web of our own expectations and attachments. Think about a time when a minor issue felt like a mountain. Perhaps it was a disagreement with a friend or a setback at work. These moments can feel overwhelming, but what if I told you that the secret to handling such challenges lies in the art of detachment? Imagine you're holding a heavy bag filled with stones. Each stone represents a worry, an attachment, or a desire. As you walk, the weight of this bag drags you down, making every step harder. Now, picture yourself setting the bag down and feeling an immediate sense of relief and freedom. This is what detachment can offer you. The ability to let go of burdens that weigh you down, allowing you to move through life with greater ease and clarity. Detachment is not about withdrawing from life or becoming indifferent. Rather, it's about understanding that our happiness and peace do not depend on external circumstances. In Buddhism, detachment is taught as a means to achieve inner freedom and peace. It's about recognizing that while we cannot control the external world, we can control how we respond to it. When we are attached to outcomes, people, or possessions, we are essentially handing over our peace of mind to these external factors. For example, if you are overly attached to a particular outcome at work, any deviation from this outcome can cause frustration and anxiety. But when you practice detachment, you accept that while you can strive for your goals, your happiness does not rely on achieving them exactly as planned. Think of detachment as a form of emotional and mental freedom. By not being overly attached to specific results, you free yourself from the constant cycle of desire and disappointment. You become more adaptable and resilient because your sense of self-worth and peace comes from within, rather than from external validation or success. One practical way to practice detachment is through mindfulness. Mindfulness helps you stay grounded in the present moment, reducing the impact of past regrets or future anxieties. When you are mindful, you observe your thoughts and feelings without becoming entangled in them. This allows you to respond to situations more thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Another method is to regularly reflect on the impermanence of life. Everything in life is constantly changing, and nothing lasts forever, neither successes nor failures. By embracing this truth, you can lessen the impact of change on your emotional state. You become more flexible and less prone to the highs and lows that come with external changes. In daily life, you can apply detachment by practicing letting go of minor irritations and disappointments. For example, if a friend cancels plans at the last minute, instead of dwelling on it and feeling upset, you can choose to accept the change gracefully and use the time for something enjoyable or relaxing. This shift in perspective helps you maintain your peace and reduces unnecessary stress. Detachment also involves cultivating a sense of compassion and understanding towards others. Recognize that everyone is on their own journey and may have their own struggles and limitations. By understanding this, you become less affected by others' actions and more focused on how you can respond with kindness and patience. Ultimately, the art of detachment is about finding balance and maintaining inner peace regardless of external circumstances. It empowers you to handle life's challenges with grace and resilience. By letting go of excessive attachments, you open yourself to a more fulfilling and peaceful life, where you are not controlled by the whims of external forces but guided by your own inner strength. As you navigate through the ups and downs of life, remember that practicing detachment is a journey, not a destination. It takes time and patience to master, but with each step, you'll find yourself becoming more centered and serene. Embrace this practice, and you'll discover the art of moving through life's challenges with ease and inner tranquility. Finding peace in acceptance, embracing life's impermanence. In the ebb and flow of life, change is the only constant. Imagine a river that flows endlessly, its waters shifting with each moment. Similarly, our lives are a continuous stream of experiences, both joyful and challenging. Yet, many of us find it hard to accept this fundamental truth. We cling to moments, people, and things, believing they should remain unchanged. But what if accepting the impermanence of life could actually bring you a deeper sense of peace? Think about a time when you faced a situation you desperately wanted to remain the same. A relationship, a job, or a particular phase of your life. When that situation changed, how did you feel? Did you resist the change, hoping to hold on to what was familiar? Or did you eventually find a way to adapt and find peace? The truth is, the more we resist change, the more we suffer. Acceptance is not about giving up, but about finding tranquility amidst the flux. In Buddhism, impermanence is known as anicca, and it's one of the core teachings. This concept helps us understand that everything is in a constant state of change. By embracing this truth, we can learn to let go of our attachments and find a sense of calm in the midst of life's transitions. When we accept that nothing stays the same forever, we become more resilient and adaptable. Imagine a tree in the forest. Throughout the seasons, it undergoes numerous changes. In spring, it blooms with vibrant flowers. In summer, it provides shade with its lush leaves. In autumn, its leaves fall, and it stands bare in winter. Yet, through all these changes, the tree remains steadfast and rooted. This is a powerful metaphor for how we can approach our own lives. When we accept impermanence, we release the grip of fear and anxiety that comes from trying to control outcomes. Instead of clinging to how things should be, we begin to flow with the natural rhythm of life. This doesn't mean we become passive or indifferent. Rather, we become active participants in our own lives, making choices that reflect our true values and desires while remaining open to change. Consider how this acceptance can transform your daily experiences. When faced with a setback or a change in plans, instead of feeling frustrated, you can embrace the situation as an opportunity for growth. By letting go of rigid expectations, you make space for new possibilities and experiences. This shift in perspective can bring about a profound sense of inner peace, as you no longer fight against the currents of life but flow with them. Acceptance also helps us deal with loss and disappointment more gracefully. Whether it's the end of a relationship, a career shift, or the passing of a loved one, accepting that these changes are a part of life can ease the pain. It allows us to honor what was while embracing what is. Through acceptance, we find the strength to move forward and discover new paths that might have remained hidden if we were stuck in resistance. Living with acceptance doesn't mean we stop caring or stop striving for improvement. It means we engage with life more fully, without being bogged down by the resistance to change. By acknowledging that change is inevitable, we open ourselves to the present moment and experience life with greater clarity and freedom. As we move through our days, let's practice noticing the impermanence in our lives. Observe how moments come and go, how feelings ebb and flow, and how situations transform. Each observation is a step towards greater acceptance and peace. By embracing this truth, we become like the tree, steady and grounded amidst the ever-changing winds of life. In the end, acceptance of impermanence is a path to liberation. It frees us from the anxiety of trying to hold on to what cannot be held and invites us to experience life with an open heart. As you navigate through the changes in your life, remember that each moment is a chance to practice acceptance and find peace in the flow of life's currents. Embrace the changes, and you'll discover a profound serenity that comes from within. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions or need further guidance on this journey of acceptance and peace. Sustaining your inner strength. Daily practices for emotional safety. In the journey of guarding your inner peace, the final step is about making these practices a part of your daily life. It's one thing to learn how to maintain your tranquility when faced with challenges, but it's another to make it a lasting part of your routine. Imagine your mind as a garden. If you don't tend to it regularly, weeds of negativity and stress will overtake it. Keeping it healthy requires daily care and attention. So, how do you sustain this inner strength day in and day out? It starts with simple, consistent practices that align with the principles we've explored. Let's look at some easy-to-implement habits that can help you maintain your emotional safety and continue nurturing your inner peace. First, start your day with a moment of mindfulness. Before diving into the rush of daily activities, take a few minutes to center yourself. Sit quietly and focus on your breath. This practice helps you begin your day grounded and ready to face any challenges with a calm mind. Just like a steady foundation supports a building, this moment of peace supports your entire day. Second, practice gratitude regularly. Each evening, take a few moments to reflect on what you're thankful for. It could be something as simple as a good meal or a pleasant conversation. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's troubling you to what's enriching your life. It acts as a reminder of the positive aspects that often go unnoticed. Third, engage in regular physical activity. Exercise isn't just good for the body, it's also beneficial for the mind. Whether it's a brisk walk, yoga, or any other form of exercise, moving your body helps release built-up stress and keeps your mind clear. It's like a reset button that helps you stay balanced and energetic. Fourth, cultivate a practice of self-reflection. Set aside time each week to reflect on your experiences, emotions, and reactions. Ask yourself what went well and what could be improved. This practice of self-awareness helps you recognize patterns and make necessary adjustments to maintain your inner peace. Fifth, surround yourself with positive influences. The company you keep can greatly impact your emotional state. Engage with people who uplift and support you. Seek out communities or groups that share your values and contribute to your well-being. Positive interactions reinforce your emotional resilience and help you stay focused on maintaining inner strength. Sixth, embrace the power of letting go. Regularly remind yourself that holding on to grudges or negative emotions only harms you. Practice forgiveness, not for the other person, but for your own peace of mind. Letting go of past hurts clears the way for emotional freedom and helps you maintain a serene state of mind. Seventh, maintain a balanced perspective. Life is full of ups and downs, and it's essential to keep a balanced view. Remind yourself that challenges are opportunities for growth. By viewing difficulties as part of the journey rather than obstacles, you cultivate resilience and keep your inner strength intact. Eighth, establish a bedtime routine that promotes relaxation. A good night's sleep is crucial for emotional health. Develop a calming pre-sleep routine, such as reading a book or listening to soothing music. Ensuring that you rest well helps you start the next day refreshed and better equipped to handle stress. Ninth, incorporate mindfulness into daily tasks. Whether you're eating, working, or simply walking, bring a sense of awareness to what you're doing. This practice helps keep you grounded in the present moment and reduces the impact of external stresses on your emotional state. 10th, regularly engage in activities that bring you joy. Pursuing hobbies or passions nourishes your spirit and provides a positive outlet for energy. Whether it's painting, gardening, or any other activity you love, make time for it regularly to keep your inner joy and peace alive. 11th, stay open to learning and growing. Personal development is a lifelong journey. Continuously seek knowledge and experiences that enrich your understanding of yourself and the world. This openness fosters a sense of purpose and helps maintain your emotional strength. 12th, share your journey with others. Talk about your experiences and insights with friends or loved ones. Sharing what you've learned not only reinforces your own understanding but also inspires and supports those around you. It's a way of spreading the peace you've cultivated and contributing to a more harmonious environment. As we conclude, remember that sustaining your inner strength is an ongoing practice. By integrating these simple, daily habits into your life, you create a solid foundation for enduring peace and emotional safety. Each practice, no matter how small, contributes to a more balanced and fulfilling life. Thank you for joining us on this journey with Wisdom Woven. If you found these insights valuable, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue to bring you more content that can transform your life. Keep nurturing your inner peace, and remember that the power to protect and sustain it is always within you.